నేను ఎనేబుల్ చేసేస్తున్నాను వెంటనే వాళ్ళని.
అదే చేయండి చేయండి. మీరు స్క్రీన్ షేర్ చేయండి సార్, నేను చూస్తాను.
ఓకే ఓకే సార్, ఓకే, ఐ విల్ షేర్. One second.
Yeah, I will allow them. Yeah, please. Please, everyone, please open a fresh page and put a heading. Discuss OSI model in detail. Essay type question. So this is compulsory question from the unit 1. So everyone is requested, you please put a 2 star. It is essay type. So please put a heading. So discuss OSI model in detail. First diagram bettandi.
First diagram. Okay.
All right. So here, so the question is here. Discuss OSI model. Again, I am refreshing the whole concept of the OSI model, what we are going to learn, and what is the purpose of the OSI model, and so what are the role of each and every layer. So what is the functionality, why that name is given, and so why this number of layers are there in the OSI model. So we will once again, so already sir given some information. So from my side also I share my knowledge. Okay, so now you please put a heading, discuss OSI model in detail. So the first step is here. OSI stands for, please note down, OSI stands for Open System Interconnection. Open System Interconnection. Now if you see the OSI itself, it is a definition of a computer network. It is a open systems. The systems are open. Then these are the open system, but earlier in the computer network definition, we given a definition as it is a interconnected autonomous computers. So instead of autonomous computers, now these computers are called open computers. That's all. So open system interconnection. Obviously, any type of software, any type of operating system, any type of service, or any type of application. So that is, there are no conditions or there is no limitations by using, there are no more limitations if you are installing the OSI software computer. Once you install the OSI computer network software in any computer, that become open to communicate with any type of application, user, process, platform, or anything. The reason is here, when we are communicating with any other user, what are the issues are added, all those issues solutions are available with this solution, with this software. That is the meaning of the open system. You got my point? Open system means here, if you install the software in a particular computer, that computer becomes open to communicate. Assuming but you want to communicate with Yahoo, still it provides the interface. You are the Linux platform, but the other side is Android or suppose Windows, you are able to communicate. Your hardware is Intel, the other side is here AMD or some other hardware. So there still there is it provides the communication. The open system. Now how is it is possible? Because this software address all the issues. If you want to make a open system, for every issue we have a solution in this model. So that is the meaning of the open system interconnection. You please leave it that part. The definition is over. Next one is here. So who proposed this one? This was by ISO, International Standard Organization. That is one of the networking standard organization. So they propose. Now why do you require? Why do you require the standards? So the standards are required to provide the compatibility among the different types of user or application or development. Because when you If everyone is accept particular standard, so everyone same standard. So that's why everyone is compatible with their communication. So that is the one of the reason we follow this standards. Okay, we will. That's ISO stands for. It is one of the network organization which proposes a computer network reference model. So by using the reference model, now we are going to design a computer architecture. Now computer reference model is, it addresses all the issues related to the computer networking. What is computer network architecture? Depending on your requirement, your data or your resources, based on some set of solutions, some set of protocols into your solution. That is computer architecture is nothing but here it is some set of solution from the reference model, then you are implementing, that implementation becomes the computer architecture. That is also called protocol stack. Stack means you have implemented the some set of protocols. So that is the meaning computer architecture and the reference, but just computer network. Actually it is a general term.
సార్ సార్ వన్ సెకండ్, మీ వాయిస్ బ్రేక్ అవుతుంది.
నాదా సార్?
అవును సార్, జస్ట్ చెక్.
Sir,
sir.
now it is okay?
It is okay now.
Right. So now here, now that computer network, so here we are using that reference model. What is the reference model here? Reference model is nothing but, suppose if you see computer network is our subject title. So what is computer network? So it is one of the domain, so which discusses the designing of a computer network related here. So now if you see the computer networks books, there are many books are there because different people written in different ways, different concepts of they're written. But according to our CVR college, the autonomous, we framed our syllabus. So according to that syllabus, now we selected one of the book as a textbook. The remaining all other the books which are in the computer networks field, they are considered as the reference books. You got my point? What is the different textbook and the reference book? The same way here also, the same way. So computer architecture means here, depending on your requirement, your resources or your application, you are extracting some set of solution from the reference model, then you are implemented, that become a computer architecture. But the reference model deals with every issue of the computer networking. So please remember. So that's why it is called OSI reference model. It is not a specific to a particular network. Any type of network, whether you are going to develop a PAN or a LAN or a WAN or a internet, anything you can develop by using this type of reference model. So that is the meaning of the reference model. So one of the organization in 1980s, around in the age of 1980s, so this OSI model was proposed. So sorry, before 70s to 80. So this OSI model was proposed. So this OSI model here, if you see here, there are physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer, application layer. So what are these? Already I given explanation. So if you ask the question, discuss the OSI model, first you need to write a OSI, Open System Interconnection. It is proposed by an organization is called ISO, International Standard Organization. Then you please note down this diagram. Not right now, but you please write this diagram. Okay. So next one is here. After that, again, you please put a heading physical layer. Please write. So now here, what is the role of the physical layer here? What are the meaning of all these layers? So now here, if you combine these 7 layers, that is nothing but a OSI software. That is nothing but a software, a OSI reference model. So which contains the 7 layers. So physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport session and presentation application layers are here. Okay. So now here, already I given an explanation. Suppose you are expert, you are asked to develop a network. What to do? First thing is here. So with that example, just again I'm continue. So first we are gathering the computers. Now the computer has the data. The next step is here we want to interconnect them. If you want to interconnect them, we require a transmission medium. So there we have a guided media, unguided media. Guided media means here the wired communication, either twisted pairs or coaxial cables or the fiber optics. If it is unguided media, where we have a IR or UV or any different frequencies are there. So those we are used. So depending on your requirement, suppose your budget permits fiber optics, then you are selecting a fiber optics as a communication media to interconnect the system. So when we are selecting suppose if you are selecting the fiber optics, what to do? Again, we require connectors to connect the system. And next one is here, if the data present in your system, how to convert the data into the transmitted signal. Transmitted because your transmission medium is fiber optics. So now the magnetic signals need to be converted into the light signal. There we require a data encoding decoding techniques we require. So all these issues are generally they are related to the physical layer. So that's why please note down. I give a subword explanation. So physical layer. So physical layer deals with the electrical, mechanical, procedural interfaces over a communication. Over. It's not a simply independent. Depending on the type of the communication medium, there are different issues are arise. All those issues are solved by the physical layer. That is, solutions are given by the physical layer. So that's why physical entities, that is the number of what type of connectors are we required, what are the different pins are there, and the significance of each pin. And next one is, please note down, I will give some explanation. So physical layer deals with the raw bit data transmission over a communication medium. Please note down. Physical layer, first sentence is already SAR is given earlier, that is it is electrical, mechanical, procedural interfaces over a communication medium. That's all. Next, second point, physical layer deals with the transmission of raw bits over a transmission medium. Next one, physical layer deals with the topology of the network. Topology means physically how the systems are arranged. So what are the different topologies are there? What are the different things are there? All the issues are, all types of solutions are available with the physical layer only. Suppose if someone asked you, what is the issue? Suppose which layer deals with the topology of the network? It is a physical layer, please. Okay. Next one is data transfer. Data transfer means, so whether simplex data transfer or the off duplex or full duplex. So that is, once you establish the communication link between the two ends, whether it is one way or the two way but not simultaneously, two way but simultaneously, who will take care of that one? Physical layer will take, because here it deals with the transmission medium. That's why data transfer in bracket simplex, off duplex, full duplex. Sir will discuss later, but right now you please note down. Next one is physical layer deals with the bit representations. Bit representation. What do you mean by bit? We know zeros and ones. How they are represented? Physical layer will deal. So that is by using particular encoding technique. It uses a particular procedure. So if that procedure is again shared with the destination also. Suppose you are using one type of data encoding technique. If the other side uses a different data encoding technique, again there is a problem. So the same set of rules or same set of data encoding need to be used. So that is called protocol indirectly. So source side, if I use the X1 data encoding technique, other side also X1 need to be used. That is the set of rules which are agreed by the two communication parties how to communicate. That is called protocol. Okay. So here the physical layer deals with the data representations. Sorry, the bit representations. And next one is physical layer deals with the data rate. Data rate means here at what speed the data need to be transmitted. If you observe, all these issues are which are related to the communication medium only. Depending on the type of communication medium you are selecting, then these are the different issues are there. Okay. So now these are the some of the extra points here. And next one is here, at every level, at every layer explanation, you please write these common sentences. Please note down, common to the all layers. The meaning of that one is, physical layer takes the data from the data link layer and process the data in the form of bits, then forwards the data to the physical medium or the transmission medium. If it is a data link layer, how to write? It takes the data from the network layer as a packet, converted into the frames, and process the data and forwards the data to the physical layer. So if it is source side, destination side, it takes the data from the physical layer and recognize the frames, process the data, then forwards the data towards the network layer. So that is a common sentence. Suppose if you don't know what you want to write, you don't know. So at least you write these are the sentences. Always it takes that any layer. Suppose if you take a network layer takes the data from the transport layer as a segment and divided into the packets. The packets are processed, then forwards the data to the data link layer. If it is a destination side, it takes the data from the data link layer as a frames, then again it converted into the packets, process the data and forwards the data to the transport layer as a segment. So that way you should write the common points. Okay, so these are the some common points you should write here. Okay, so please note down this point. Physical layer takes the data from the data link layer as a frame and process the data in the form of bits, then forwards the data as a raw bits through a communication medium. So that is the physical layer. Okay, next one is here. Now once the physical layer is over, what is the next thing? So now with the once you implemented the physical layer, now you are able to connect the system. You are implemented data encoding techniques. You are implemented the data representation. Then you are configured the link as a simplex or half duplex or full duplex. Then one sender sends the data, receiver able to receive the
Sir,
data. Yes, sir.
so one but somebody asking is please slow down.
Okay,
94.
okay, okay, okay.
Okay.
So now here in physical layer, what happened? Once you complete the data physical layer functionality, now you are selected the computer, you are selected the transmission medium, then you are defining the data encoding techniques, connectors are there, then systems are connected to the transmission medium, then the data signals are represented the transmission signal. So at one end, source sends the data in the form of zeros and ones. So other side, destination is also receiving the data in the form of zeros and ones. That functionality is over. Okay, then our job is over. Next step. What is the next step? You please you go for next higher level, higher complexity. What is that here? Now the basic functionality of the physical layer is here, transmission of the raw bits, that is achieved. But what happened during the data transmission? There are errors are occurred due to the resistance of the wire, or it may be due to the because they are the wires, they are in open environment, so there may be due to the temperature or humidity or long distance transmission, or there may be a breakage of the wire. Due to that, what happened? Transmission errors are occurred. So those errors need to be recovered. So we require another layer, that is another module. What is that module? Data module. So data going to control. So that's why data control layer. But where we are going to control here, we are controlling the data over a link, because you know, if it is a WAN architecture, WAN, there are two components are there, host component and next one is, so host component and next one is destination concept, sorry, host, and the next one is the subnet. Hosts are connected by the subnet. So obviously you are expecting the reliability. If a source forwards the data as a CVR, destination receive the CVR only. But in between these hosts, what is there actually? There is a subnet. Subnet is nothing but collection of routers and the transmission lines. Now here the point is here, finally, what is your goal? I need a reliable transmission. but it is a very complex problem because in between the source to destination there is a larger subnet is there. What to do? That larger problem is I am divided into the a sub problems. What is the sub problem here? There is a path from source to destination through a subnet. So obviously that path contains set of edges. Edges means links. So now my job is here, instead of I am controlling the path, please remember I am using a word is called, instead of controlling the path from source to destination, that path itself is contains the set of edges or the links. Now my job is here, I want to control the each individual link. By controlling the each individual links, by combining all these links, obviously define a path from source to destination. Obviously I'm getting the reliability. So as a engineer, my first job is I'm not going to control the whole path at a time. Instead of that one is I divide and conquer mechanism. In the DART, design and analysis of algorithm, you know there is a divide and conquer mechanism. So the larger problem is, a big problem is divided into the smaller. Each individual smaller problem is solved. Then we are merging all those things. Then we are getting a solution to the a bigger problem. So that way, same thing. So now data is going to control on a link. So that's why it is called data link control. So that's why just you see here host A, then in between there is a subnet is there, in between there is a subnet is there, and there is a host B. So here network layer, physical layer to the or data link layer to there is a lines are there here. Just if you horizontal lines here. So all these are nothing but a links. So now data link layer is going to, now you got my point? Data controlling the or link. That's why data link layer. Now the point is here. Sir, you are saying that data control through a link. But what are the controlling mechanism you are doing here? Please note down. Please note down. So data link control deals with the controlling the data in bracket no loss of data. Controlling the data means in bracket you please write down no loss of data. Data link control layer deals with the controlling the data bracket you please no loss of data in a link. In a link. So please write down what is link. Link is a communication path between two hop terminals. Link is defined as a communication path between two hop. Hop means here next jump. Hopping means jumping. That is two hop. Hop means here one jump to the next jump. That is in bracket adjacent terminals. Link is a communication path between the two hop terminals. Bracket you please write adjacent terminals only. Right. Next one. Functionality of the data link layer. Please put a heading. Functionality of the data link layer. Please you add. This is the extra information with the PPT that sir has given to you. Okay. So data link layer functionality. First one is error control. Error control. So error control contains two modules: error detection module, error correction module. Error detection deals with the detection of errors in a received packet. This is destination side. Source sends the data, that's all. Receiver, by applying a detection algorithm, it is able to say whether it is error free or error one. Okay. The next one is here. Error correction. So error corrections are, so we are correcting the errors here. That's all. So now here, so please note down. So these modules, so this error control module deals with the transmission errors only. Transmission errors. Transmission means if I forward the CVR as a my data, receiver side, if it is CVR, then it is error free. If it is a DVR, error detection module will detect the error. So transmission error, there are other types of errors are there, we will discuss later. So now this is called transmission error control module, deals with the transmission errors through a communication medium which contains error detection, error correction. Error detection deals with the detecting the errors, error correction deals with the correction of errors. That's all. Next, second functionality of the data link layer is flow control. So where we are going to write the error detection correction in between two adjacent terminals only, but we are not considering what is source and what is destination. No. Once you reach the data to A, from A is going to communicate with B. So in between A and B, we are dealing with this concept. Okay. So if the source, the host has a, suppose some X is a source and Y is a destination, we are not considering what is X and what is Y. No, we are dealing with when A is going to communicate with B, that A and B is exchanging the data reliably. That's all. But what is X, what is source, what is destination, we are not considering. That we will see later. But as a basic step, we are giving a assurance that if A forwards the data, B receive the data reliably by applying my algorithm. That is called link controlling algorithm. That's all. So now I started with my problem solution by solving on over a link. By combining these links, what happened? It become a path. That we will see later. What happening if you are combining? Okay. Right now we are only dealing with a basic step. That is called link problem. That's all. Okay. So next one is write down flow control. So flow control means here, please write down the process of regulating the data, the process of regulating the flow, the process of regulating the flow between the different speed terminals, different speed terminals. What do you mean by different speed terminal? If source forwards the data with 100 Mbps, but receiver only receive the 10 Mbps, what happened? There is a overflow of the data. Got my point? So the same thing is, even if you go for a Wi-Fi connection, or even if you are going for a fiber optic, the Geo fiber with 100 Mbps, but your router only supports only 10 Mbps, there is no use of 100 Mbps connection to your home. Once you are going for the 100 Mbps connection, means you please check your Wi-Fi router also whether it is compatible, whether it supports that speed or not. Otherwise, there is no use of that 100 Mbps input line. Okay. So everything you need to compatible. You need to check that compatibility. So that is a different story. But here, source forwards with the high speed, the destination receive with the low speed. Now there is a overflow of the data due to the different speeds. Please note down overflow of the data. That overflow of the data is considered as a loss of data. So first loss is transmission error. Second loss is here due to overflow. So now please remember overflow data. So controlling the data means one is controlling the transmission errors, controlling the overflow of the data. So that's why we require a module is called flow controlling mechanism. Please note down, flow control is the process of regulating the flow between the two different speed terminals. Due to the different speeds, there is a overflow of the data. That overflow we called as a loss of data. So we require flow controlling mechanism. Sir, I shared my screen. So students, yeah, I shared my screen. Just I want to give a next one is, please write down. Next heading is here, media access control. Please, third heading in the same data link layer is, third functionality is called access control. Access control. So now here you see what is the functionality. Already I discussed. Now this is my computer network. Okay, this is A and this is B. So what is transmission errors? Now we are controlling this link. Once the reliability exchange between these two terminals, then again I am controlling this link. And again, once it is reliably controlled, and this is the link. So this is the error controlling module. Next one is here. This is called error control. Next one is flow control. A, and again it is communicating this one. So suppose here 100 Mbps, it is 10 Mbps. Now in between we are writing a flow controlling mechanism. And in between these two also we are writing flow controlling mechanism. So here also we are writing flow controlling mechanism. Okay. So now here where we are applying the flow controlling mechanism. So the flow controlling mechanism is possible, or the error controlling possible is in the point-to-point networks. Generally, we use this concept is in point-to-point network. So that's why that is called LLC, logical link control. So the first two modules are called LLC. The first two modules are called LLC. Okay, now LLC is over. Next one is here. Now, as we know, there are two types of transmission technologies. One is called point to point, other one is broadcast. What is broadcast transmission technology? Now, this is the broadcast transmission technology. There is a single common communication medium and all the systems are equally shared. If A forwards the data, obviously that entered into the transmission medium. So everyone receive the data. So if the destination is B, then it examine the it just validate the address. If the address is matched, then it is accepted. The remaining all are reject the data. Okay. Now this is our a broadcast, or it is also called multi-point configuration. So now in this, what happened? If you see in this transmission technology, if A and B, if A and B in this transmission technology, if you see, if A and B simultaneously they transmit, the A want to communicate with C and B wants to communicate with D. So what happened? Both the signals are simultaneously entered into the common communication medium. What happened? There is a overlapping of the signal. Due to this overlapping, what happened? Plus 5 volts plus 5 volts. Now the resultant become 10 volts. What is 10 volts? It is an invalid signal. What is valid signal? There is a plus 5 volts only, it is a valid. So what is this? Due to this overlapping we called as a collision. Please note down, overlapping of these signals in a broadcast transmission technology network is called collision. So this is called one type of error. So please write down. Third module is here, access control. So in the multi-point or broadcast transmission technology networks, in the broadcast or multi-point transmission technology networks, if the two machines simultaneously transmitting the data to the common communication channel, common communication channel, there is a overlapping of the signals or overlapping of the data signals. That overlapping is called collision error. So bracket lo you write loss of data. This is also a loss of data. So what is the issue here? There is a common medium. Medium is going to accessed by A and B. That is called access control. We require a controlling the accessing of a media by the A and B. That is called access control. So access control deals with the controlling the collisions or avoiding the collisions in a multi-point configuration network. So So initially, when the SAR is given, the data link layer is divided into these two sub layers. The lower part is called MAC, Medium Access Control. It deals with the broadcast transmission network. Whereas the other one is called LLC. It deals with the point-to-point transmission networks. So that is, so here there is a error control is there is a flow control is there. So this is called the combination of the medium access control and the link control is called data link control. This is the data link control. Please note down that concept. So that is a data link control. So now here, once sir, now you can share. Now once you completed the data link control, so what happened? Now you are able to control the point-to-point links as well as you are able to control the medium access control in the case of broadcast transmission technology network also. Finally, what happened? You are able to control the data either in the logical link or it may be a multi-point link. So that is called the data link control layer. So now you are able to finally physical layer transmission of the raw bits. The transmission of the raw bit is also reliable. So now that is the job of the data link layer. Now here, now you see this, you see now this concept. Now now you see this topology A, B, C, D, E, F. Now as we know, data link layer deals with the controlling the data, physical layer deals with the raw transmission of the data. Okay, so A to B is the data link layer will deal with one. Now I want to communicate A to F. I want to communicate with A to F. But what happened when the data is arrived here? When the data is arrived here, what to do? I need to route the packet in this way. Suppose as a brute force, trial and error, as a brute force, if you are using a trial and error, suppose unfortunately I selected this path. If I selected this path, what happened? It is a unreachable path. That is called infinity path. Unreachable means infinity path. So what to do? When we arrived at a intermediate terminal, now we require a decision making. We require a decision making software. That decision making software we called as a routing software. So with suppose if you don't have the routing, what happen? If you don't have the routing, what happen? So now there is no guarantee of delivery, or we cannot give assurance of the delivery. But who will give the delivery of the data? Obviously, routing process gives the delivery, but you are doing all other things. But what is the use? Finally, the data need to be delivered. So that's why the routing is considered as a core functionality. The core functionality of the network. So whose core functionality? It is the network's core functionality is called delivery. So who will implement this one is a routing process. So that's why I designed a one more layer is called a layer which deals with the routing process, which is called core functionality of the network. So that's why it is called network layer. Okay. So now network layer deals with the functionality of a routing. It is considered as a core functionality of the network layer. Please note down, next layer is 3. Layer 3, network layer. What is network? Interconnected collection of autonomous computers. Okay. So network layer. So first functionality, it deals with the routing process. What is routing? Routing is a decision making software to route the packet to the proper destination, correct destination or proper destination. routing is considered as a core functionality of the computer network. It is a core functionality of the computer network. Okay, so that is the first functionality is given. Second functionality is given by the SAR is here. Please note down, congestion control. Second functionality, congestion control. Congestion. What do you mean by congestion? Congested area. Congested. Suppose if you are assuming this is the area. Now, if the things are like this, if the things are, if many things are there, that is more density area. Suppose more density area means, suppose if you take a signal, suppose a Sagar Ring Road junction. So obviously in the morning, what happened? More vehicles are there in the all the paths. So what happened? This is called congested area. So now this is called, that is more data within a given area. More number of packets or the vehicles or the points or the entities in a given area, that is called congested area. So now when we have a congested, suppose now assuming every a 1 kilometer vehicles are parked. Suppose every output line and input line is now there are 1 kilometer vehicles. Obviously you feel that it is very inconvenient. It's not a very inconvenient. So what to do? We require a proper routing process. So that is, we need to control this situation. Now this situation is called congestion control. We require a congestion control. Congestion means here nothing but here. Now assuming at a given intermediate terminal, though this is the one of the intermediate terminal, assuming these are the different input output lines are there, assuming. So what happened? Now there is the incoming data is arrived. All these lines are, suppose assuming it select the output line as a this one. Okay, and this is also one more input line, and this is also one more input. All these input lines are select the same output line, What happened? Everyone is going to the same output line. What happened? Obviously, so there's, because during the scheduling, what happened? There is a delay is introduced, that more number of packets are queuing here, more number of packets are queuing here, more number of packets are queuing here, because everyone selected the same output line. What happened? So there is a queuing, then just we are stored buffer. What happened? After some time, this buffer is full. This buffer is full. When the buffer is full, what happens? There is a overflow of the data. Overflow means loss of data. Loss of data due to congestion. This situation is called congestion, or the congestion is defined as if too many packets are present. Please note down the definition of a congestion. If the too many packets are present in the network, there is no normal flow of the data. There is no normal flow. As we know, in the morning, what happened? Every resource is free. Then if you want to go from the LB Nagar to Kukatpalli, takes around 25 minutes, assuming. Suppose in the 7 o'clock, what happens? Some more vehicles are entered into the roads. Now it takes 35 minutes. Suppose again 8 o'clock, more number of vehicles are entered. That is, more number of packets are already entered into the roads. Now when we started, what happened? It takes 1 hour. That is, the delay is increased. So finally, again, suppose assuming 9 o'clock, more number of vehicles. Now you are started. What happened? It maybe takes 2 hours. That is, there is no normal flow. What happened? Because the roads are, there is a 4-line roads. They can accommodate a particular level. There is a threshold level. If that threshold level, more than the number of vehicles are above that threshold value, what happened? There is no normal flow. So that situation we called as a congestion. So that congestion is going to control. That's congestion we are going to control. That is called congestion control. Now the question arises here, sir. Sir, why this congestion control is dealing in network layer? So here, what is the reason that congestion is? Now the point is here, at an intermediate router. Now here, instead of going through a congested, suppose here this is one more router and here there is a one more router, destination here, destination, and these are the two things. There are three paths are there. When the data is arrived here, already this link is congested. So what to do? We are diverting our traffic. That is, we are changing our routing decision and we are changing our route. So this way, diverting the traffic through a congested area. Now we can control the congestion. So that's why there is a path, because network layer deals with the routing. Routing means here you select the proper location or the path so that there is no congestion in the network. So that's why the congestion control is, we will discuss what are the solution, but it is not, it is the process of, that is, it is nothing but a, so how to control that situation, that is called congestion. Okay, so now next one is here. So these are the 4 points. Next one is here in network layer also, you please note down. Okay, that we will discuss that. So next one, transport layer. Go to the transport layer. Actually in the network layer also there is a next one, please note down. In network layer, accounting management. Accounting, what do you mean by accounting? Now you have a connection of a something, suppose Geo Fiber or something, or your mobile data. What happened? So there is a size of there per day 2 GB. So what happened? So we need to count the how much data is downloaded, how much data is uploaded. Who will count that number of packets or the bytes? Network layer will do, because who is routing? Network layer is routing. A network layer will can account the number of bytes transmitted and number of bytes are received. So that's why the accounting software is also implemented as part of a network layer. Please note down the other functionality of the network layer is accounting. And next functionality of the network layer, please note on this one also. Next functionality of the network layer is internetworking. Internetworking. So please remember, we cannot give this much of information during the latter classes, because here I am giving some knowledge from the 4,000 also. I am discussing more points. The reason is here, if you understand the concept behind this OSI model and the way we are discussing, so now it will help you to understanding the other concepts of the thing. Okay, please remember. So this much of introduction or this much of discussion I can't give for the next classes. If you're going like this, we can't complete our syllabus. So here I'm taking additional information, additional classes here. Okay, networking, internetworking. So here internetworking deals with, just you see network, they are internetworking. Meaning of that one is here collection of, that is the interconnection of networks. Please note down, internetworking deals with integration of existing networks. Internetworking deals with integration of networks. Like we are able to call from Airtel to the Idea, Airtel to the Geo. So that is integration of the existing mobile networks. So what happened? So there is a network information change. That is, there is a some points are called here interchange points. Interchange means here when we are making a call from, suppose if you see in the tariff also, you see Geo to Geo complete free, Geo to other networks they will charge. Why? The reason is here we are going to the other, that is we are going to use the other resources of the other networks, means as a Geo they need to pay some amount to the other party also, third party. So that's why there is a limit on that one. So the same thing is here, when we are discussing or when we are going for internetworking. So now these are the networks, they are interconnected. The networks are interconnected. When they are interconnected, there are different issues are arrive. What are the issues? Suppose in my network I used address is only 4-bit address, but other network uses 8-bit address. My identification is 4-bit, the other side is identification is 8-bit. Now how do I recognize the 8-bit, or how can I convert it into the 4-bit? So that is my problem. So who will deal all these things? So there is the interchange points, that is called gateway. So gateway means here two different things are connected by a device, that is called gateway. Gateway will deal with such type of thing. So at gateway level, so what to do? I need to install the network protocol of the source network protocol of the destination. If there is any translation from, or if there is any modification from one network to the another network, that will take care by the gateway. So obviously the first layer here, one network to the another network, who will take care of that one? Network, because data link layer is only within the link, but whereas network layer is between source to destination, means now there are different. That's why the network layer is also deals with the internetworking concept. We will see what are the internetworking, what are the issues, all those things. But right now I given a concept of internetworking, why that network layer is plays the role in the networking. That is good enough to understand. Okay, so now this is about networking concept. Now you, if it is okay, you please raise your hand, because now the time is 9:57. Yeah, my request is you please go through the textbook at least for this OSI model. Okay, so I'm requesting all the students, you please lower your hands. I'm requesting all the students, please go through this OSI model. You discuss. If you understand this concept, then so now I'm discussed up to the internetworking. This is nothing but a 4th unit concept indirectly. So this is, we are there in the 3rd unit, last final 3rd unit, last heading is internetworking. Okay, so now if you understand all these things, now it is very comfortable to understanding all the concepts, which are again we will discuss going in detail in each and every subheading of that. Internetworking is a one subheading in our syllabus. Okay, so please, I am requesting all the students, please go through the textbook, and again you please understand whether you are following the textbook or not, whether we given a terminology which is good enough to follow the textbook or not. If there is any, still you are facing any terminology related problem, you please through the chat box, you please inform, then we will continue our syllabus. Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Right.
Right. Okay, students, you can log out yourself.
Now you can leave.
You can leave.